Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Andrew Hubbard, naturopathic doctor. Today I wanted to talk to you about something called diaphragmatic breathing. Diaphragmatic breathing, or belly breathing, is a tool that we can use to improve stress and improve digestion. But before we get into that, let's explain a little bit about how the diaphragm works and how it actually impacts things like digestion. So the diaphragm is this big fan-shaped muscle, and it essentially helps us breathe in. Apart from breathing, it also plays a major role in protecting the space between your stomach and your esophagus. So, what it does is it comes up and forms with the lower esophageal sphincter. So, that's that little band of muscle that sits at the bottom of the esophagus. And it becomes a mechanical barrier. So, people with acid reflux or esophagitis who have a lot of damage in their esophagus, this is something that could be potentially useful for them. Now, beyond this, there's actually some research that supports its use in bloating and distension. So, bloating and distension, I think we're all familiar with bloating, which is the sensation that you're filled up with air. But distension is when actually physically we can see that the belly is protruding. So people with functional bloating or distension often have an altered reflex in their abdominal muscles and their diaphragm that tends to shift gas pockets into different parts of the abdomen. It can almost make you look like you're 9 months pregnant. And so by using diaphragmatic breathing, you can actually retrain this, and you can basically help to relax the diaphragm so that the bloating actually doesn't happen. So I'm really excited about this technique because it's got some research behind it, and it's a really simple thing to teach. And so how you do diaphragmatic breathing, basically you take one hand, place it on your chest, take your other hand and you place it on your abdomen. Now what you're trying to do here is you're trying to intentionally push out your bottom hand or push out your belly while you're breathing in. So you take a deep breath in while you're trying to push out your belly. While this hand here should stay nice and flat. Now, by doing this, we get a couple really nice benefits. The first benefit is that we actually get a nice stress reducing benefit. So something called heart rate variability, which is a measure of how stressed or how relaxed we are, can really improve when we do this technique. So the second one is what we talked about in terms of that barrier. So that barrier can really improve between the stomach and the esophagus. So by doing that, we can actually strengthen the lower esophageal sphincter. And that's going to help prevent acid reflux and esophagitis. Lastly, we talked about how bloating and distension and that altered reflex can become distorted. And so diaphragmatic breathing can really help this out. So what you can do is at your next meal, take 5 minutes beforehand, start doing the breathing, eat your meal, and then do 5 minutes following your meal. You might find that this is really relaxing and helps promote digestion overall, but I'm hoping that you'll get a specific effect if you suffer from heartburn or bloating. So try this out. I think it's a great little tool. Let me know how it goes and post your experience in the comments.